All right, here we go. Yeah, what we up and recording. Hey, greetings everybody. This is Wesley Pepper, and you're tuning to the Art Lexcia, and this is episode 145. So we're nearing that 150 mark, and I think that's pretty cool. So much love to all my listeners, subscribers, new and old. And if you gain value from this channel, remember to smash that subscribe button. I'll appreciate it. I actually want to do something around the 150th episode. I'm still not sure because it'll pretty much coincide with the launch or the testing of Gallery 360 Africa. But we'll get to that topic in 2 episodes time. So in about 2 weeks time, I'll tell you guys about that. So yeah. So today we're actually talking about. We'll be talking about. The Ladles of Love Foundation and the show on the 18th of July. So I've got the owner, the founder, Mr. Danny Diliberto. Did I pronounce your surname correctly, my brother? And good afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, lekker, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming through. Been reading up about what you guys are doing, and it seems like a hell of an organization. There's so many things to unpack, so many things to talk about. So you guys got your show, your flagship thing on the 18th, so we'll get to that a bit later, but let's just start in the beginning, more or less. So tell us a little bit about who is Ladles of Love, how was it founded, and we'll take it from there.
Cool. So Ladles of Love was founded back in 2014. I was introduced to an ancient Sanskrit word, seva, spelled S-E-V-A. Seva means giving of yourself, wanting nothing in return. Not even the joy that giving provides you. And I found this very inspirational because I was brought up all my life being told, give to get back. And this was saying, give just because you can. And I had an interaction with a homeless man on the very same day that I realized I needed to start a soup kitchen. I was in the restaurant industry at the time. I had a restaurant in the city, lots of homeless people. So boiling up a good pot of soup was really easy. And so on a chilly Tuesday evening in July 2014, almost 10 years ago to the day, 10 years ago. We started Ladles of Love.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. So I started off with the human experience. Man. You know, going on your page, I can see you guys are. It must be a hell of an organization because I know to get people to work, firstly to buy into the idea of what you're doing, that takes a mission, and then obviously the food. I know there's a lot of logistics around that. So you can just explain to us like how you guys operate, who you guys partnered with, and how does that partnerships work?
Okay. Well, we started off as a soup kitchen once a week. That soup kitchen eventually became 4 different soup kitchens, different parts of the city. I also started connecting with schools because I found out in 2015 that kids were going to school hungry. I didn't know that. So I started connecting with schools and we started helping them with food to feed the children in their school. And I also started connecting with other non-profit organizations that were working at uplifting homeless people. And we would, again, help them with food, to encourage the homeless to come to the course or whatever it was. So that we were doing that. But it was when COVID hit our shores in 2020 that I realized I needed to get out into the community as well, that it wasn't just about the homeless people anymore. And so I embarked on that journey. And basically, I just started connecting. I started with the guys that I was working with. And then I just said, just spread the message. And, anything like that will just spread like wildfire. So the next thing I knew, we started connecting with other soup kitchens all over the Cape Peninsula, Delft, Lexcia, Langa, all these places, soup kitchens were popping up. And we started connecting with them. And the way we were helping them was that we would provide them with a bulk supply of food, a weekly bulk supply of food. It would have vegetables in it. It would have maize meal. It would have rice, some type of pulse like lentil beans. Some of them we did oats and sugar. We did salt, that type of vibe. And it was, so the way it worked, I felt that I'd rather provide 1 million people 1 meal a day than 10,000 people 3 meals a day through these parent food parcels that provide 4 people a meal for a month, which didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So basically the way it works is the beneficiaries come to our warehouse. We give them a weekly supply according to their size, how many times they serve, how many people they serve. They come weekly, they collect the parcel of food, they take it with them, and then they use those food supplies to cook a daily meal for the people that come to their soup kitchen. Currently, we've now moving towards focusing towards our early childhood development centers or our preschool centers. They are ones that look after our kiddies from 1 to 6 year olds. And basically, we've worked with the nutritionist, and we've seen what food we need to give to our children to feed their bodies, because it's not about just giving any food. It's about giving nutritious food.
I was going to ask about that,
Yeah. So what happens is now they get 4 different vegetables. They get maize meal, they get some, they get sugar beans, they get pilchards, pasta, soya mince. We give them oats, sugar, and I don't know if I've left out anything. So basically now, these early childhood development centers, they provide children a breakfast and a lunch. So as long as we provide them the food, it's compulsory for them to give the children 2 meals a day. So that's our current focus right now. We've got about 58 early childhood development centers that we work with. We feed in around 5,000 children a day.
That's impressive.
With 2 meals, yeah. And I want to grow that. I want to take it to 100,000 children one day. That's my dream. And really focusing on our little kiddies, that we give them we actually supporting education through nutrition. So we are giving a foundation. We are making sure that the children aren't hungry, that they can play as they're meant to, that they can grow as they're meant to, and that they can learn as they're meant to, that they're focusing on their learning and not on their hunger pains. And I think we forget to realize the importance of nutrition. You know, even today I say, like with corporates, when I talk to corporates, you know, everyone wants to jump onto the education train, which is really important. But nowadays, if you're going to give education, or if you're going to support education, you need to make sure that the organization has a meal plan for the children. But if they don't, then either you need to invest in a meal plan or find an organization that does have a meal plan. Because if you don't, you are wasting your resources. You're wasting your money, because hungry children just don't learn. So, yeah, that's our primary drive now at Ladles of Love.
Fantastic. And actually, I want to ask you about when you say you work with a nutritionist, and you say you come from the restaurant food industry. So obviously you're quite queued up with food. So how do you conceptualize like exactly what to feed them? You say it needs to include this, because obviously the food needs to be tasty and as well. So just explain to us, how does that process work?
So let's say there's an early childhood development center that wants that either corporate wants to fund. We go and check them, we vet them, and then we see how many kids they're supporting. We then go back to our warehouse, our office. We've got a spreadsheet that we just type in the number of children, and it calculates how much we need to give them according to portion. So we've almost, like, if you want to call it a recipe. So like, for example, we'll say if we give them butternut, we've got to make sure that each portion has about 50 grams of butternut. So if they want to cook butternut and they've got 35 children, we've got to make sure that for that meal, they've got 50 grams by 35 children. And then they might want to do that 4 times a week. So we've got to make sure that they've got enough butternut for that many times a week. So we just play with the numbers, put in the correct data, and it just tells us what we need to supply that school. And then we will then, we obviously then collate all this information. It tells us what we need to buy. We purchase it. So we try and buy in bulk, of course, because we want to get best price as possible. Veggies we buy weekly, so we'll only buy what we need for the week. but the non-perishables like maize meal, samp, soya mince, all that, oats, we buy big, like for the month, so that we can buy the tonnage and we can get the price. And then we just, every week, we create orders for each beneficiary, and it's packed on a pallet, and the beneficiary comes on a specified date, on a specified day. They collect the food supplies and they take it back and cook meals for the children.
Interesting, super interesting. Thanks for that. That was pretty interesting. So I assume, so like when you conceptualize this food, that is also nutrition is also filling, and like also an interesting thing, like this is just a point that I've noticed, that a lot of these kids eat these chips, these junk food, and that's very low in nutrition, and it's also not good for the digestive system, and so forth and so forth. So I totally get that. Just a question on that: is there some form of education also around that? Sort of educating people like on like what to eat and what not to eat, and what rather to avoid or what not to avoid, or is it just straightforward?
Well, no, it's pretty straightforward, because we've worked with a nutritionist. They've told us, like, these are the ingredients that are really important, and you've got to make sure they're in the food plan. So that's what we give the mamas. So they are almost forced to use that because that's what they have. And it's not that, I mean, they do. I mean, we go and see the ECTs, we go and visit while they're eating lunch, and you see the food that they prepare for the children, and you can see that there's the love, the care, the creativity. You know, we've learned, we can give them recipes, but they will cook it the way they want to.
Yeah.
But because it's all the right food, it's fine. It's nutritious. However they cook it, we give them the sugars for the oats. So the salt is for flavoring. We don't give them a hell of a lot of salt. So, you know, all the bad or not so good stuff is very limited to allow them to cook a wholesome meal for the children.
Fantastic. Just another point there, I saw like on your Facebook page, there was a video of some guy that was selling his own carrots. So do you also get food from like local, I say subsistence farmers? You also have those networks?
Yes, so we've got our program called Feed the Soil. It has three purposes. Firstly, to divert your household food waste away from landfill, because food waste is a methane contributor and into part of global warming. We then convert this food waste into compost. We give this compost for free to our community farmers, and then we create route to market for the farmers by buying their vegetables. So a lot of these vegetables that we buy, we don't sell them all during the week, so we give it to the children. We give it to the ECDs to use in their cooking. So I think what I really enjoy about that as well is that we are teaching our children to eat the right food. They are exposed to good food. The mamas cook the food, so they eat it. Because they're hungry, they eat it. And it's well prepared, so it is tasty. I've tasted the food that these women cook. So it's also just wonderful that we are exposing and teaching our children to eat the right food, like you said, not just the chips but the real proper vegetables and rice, soya milk stuff. So
fantastic, man.
It's wonderful that we can take those veggies to the kids as well.
Yeah. In the video, the carrots look very yummy. They look big and strong, and that visually, because we live in a very visual society. If you see something big and fresh and strong, you know, it inspires the belly. So that's great, my brother. I also checked that you guys got quite a bit of accolades and achievements through the past 10 years or so. Can you blow smoke, you know, behind that? Can you tell us a little bit about how let me give you that opportunity.
Yeah, look, I mean, we don't do it for the accolades, but when you do receive the accolades, I'm not going to lie, it's a good feeling. It makes the hard work worthwhile.
Yeah.
But I think more important for me is when you receive an accolade. Like, I mean, we've received the Mayor's Civic Award, we've received the city's Service Excellence Award, 3 or 4 years ago, I received the GQ Humanitarian of the Year award. All that, when you receive those, it means people are noticing you. And if people are noticing you, it means you're doing your work and you create an impact and you are creating some type of change. So I don't do it, but when we receive it, it reminds me that we are being noticed, and that means that we're doing our work.
Fantastic, man. Yeah, it also shows that people relate to. There's a bunch of good things, associations around that.
Yes.
So, and yeah, and I respect you being humble about it. Yeah, these things are not. Yeah.
And
Anyway,
also, if you
I
think
picked that
about
up.
it, when you've got those accolades and corporates see that, they say, "Okay, hang on, this is a serious MPI."
Yeah. It also inspires other people to invest and so forth.
Creates trust. Yeah, creates trust, and it shows, okay, these guys are serious about their work. Because unfortunately, there are trust issues in the non-profit sector. A lot of corporates have their fingers burnt, or they don't get the reporting that they need, and so they just back off, and it makes them untrustworthy. So, if you show you're transparent, that you're serious, and the accolades definitely help.
Yeah, well, again, many congrats to that. So yeah, let's move on to the flagship event on the 18th of July at Cornhill in Joburg. So tell us what's going down, what's happening there, what will you guys be doing?
Cool. So Mandela Day is our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's I think more about encouraging people to do their 67 minutes. So our Mandela Day events, we always build it on how can we create more opportunities for people to do their 67 minutes. So this year, our slogan is the same as last year, one day, which is Mandela Day, one goal, which is to raise 5 million rand so that we can continue doing our work with the children. And one day, one goal, one love. And that's about we want at least 10,000 people to do their 67 minutes with us. So the way we've done it, we've created activations, 6 different activations. For example, making sandwiches, collating books, putting together like food parcels of different food items. What else have we done? We've done, like, we call them bowls of love. So what you'll do is you'll put different non-perishable food items into a bowl with the spices. All you need to do is add water to it, and you've got yourself 6 or 7 meals. So we do that as well. We do crafting of toys. So you come and build a little toy for a child. So there's all those different activities. Then there's then you book your slot. So the first slot starts at 9 o'clock, 9 till 10, and the last one is at 4 till 5. Obviously, your 67 minutes is you come in earlier so that we can instruct you what to do. So you book your activation, you book the time that you can come and do it, you pay 200 Rand, that 200 Rand comes to Ladles of Love to continue our work, and then you arrive at Cornhill with your ticket and you come do your 67 minutes with us. We are calling on corporates as well to do block bookings for their team. So for them to encourage their staff to come do their 67 minutes with us. We've even gone one step further, that if the corporates can't send staff out because of logistics or workload or whatever it is, they can pay the 200 Rand per staff member, download a worksheet, and create their own activation within their office.
Yeah.
They get all the stuff, they create the 67-minute activation in their work office. Then they can either give the stuff to us that they've made, or they can choose their own beneficiary and take it and drop it off at their own beneficiary who will receive that. So we want to do that locally, and we also, with that idea, we want to take it globally as well. So I mean, Mandela is a well-known.
It's a massive global brand.
Yes. So if we could encourage people around the world to do their 67 minutes. Then our goal of 10,000 people doing their 67 minutes shouldn't be a problem.
Fantastic, man. Firstly, just a few things. Firstly, I like the way it works and the way it's structured. Very flexible in terms of your time schedule, your schedule. and it's not site specific. So like you say, you can do it in your office or wherever you're working. That's actually pretty smart. So how does people that want to contribute? So not just corporates, but like regular, because the people will be listening to to my channel, working class folk and so forth. So if anyone is based in and around Cornwall or Braamfontein or wherever, how does that process work? How do they get in touch and so forth?
Very easy. Go to our website, Ladles of Love, LADLES, ladlesoflove.org.za. A pop-up window will appear for Mandela Day. You just click on that pop-up window. It will take you to our Mandela Day page. And from there, you can book your tickets on Web Tickets. So Web Tickets are doing all our booking platform. They're managing it for us. And it's that simple. You just choose your activation. You choose your time slot. You book it, pay for it, and simple as that. They'll email you the ticket, and simple as that. You can download it on your phone with the barcode. They'll scan you when you come in. That's it. Done.
Simple.
Easy.
Simple. Yeah. There's the simpler the processes are, the better. People
100%.
don't like to be overwhelmed with registering and passwords and stuff.
Yes.
Just two more questions on the show. Will there be any other activities going around? Will there be like children coming? Will there still be a soup kitchen? Will there be some form of, so for example, if because Carnival is also known for doing like events, inviting people and so forth. So yeah.
So children can come with pleasure. Obviously, the younger they are, we obviously want them with accompanied by an adult. So children can come. We are going to have food trucks there. Of course, there's Constitution Hill. I mean, it's steeped in history. I visited it for the first time a few weeks back, and I was absolutely blown away. I didn't realize that this place even existed. And it's just such a beautiful place. I mean, when you see the history, knowing that even Mandela was there, just makes it a perfect place. So children are welcome, family welcome. Come and spend 1 hour with us. Come and spend the day. We also have entertainment at the end. So we want people to stay on and come celebrate with us as we announce how many people have done their 67 minutes. So it's and let me tell you, I mean, from last year, the energy is just beautiful because you've got hundreds of people coming in to do good. So it's just an energy of love, really, because there's no gender, there's no color, there's no religion. It's just people coming to do their 67 minutes, celebrate Mandela Day with us, and just
fantastic
times. And it's wonderful. I strongly.
I like it, man. Just one more thing, and this is just a point. Like, when people do go, I highly recommend go check out the art collection at the Concord. That art collection is stunning. It is beautiful. There's incredible work there. I've done some projects around that in the past. So, if you want to be inspired to build a toy or something, just go walk around there. There's incredible art, and it's a beautiful space. It's an incredible. It's also deeply rooted in history. And just another point on Cornwall. What I find fascinating about Cornwall is how it reinvented itself from being a place of literal oppression and isolation to it completely opened up for the public, and you can come experience South Africa in a way that I don't think many places can, and the fact that it's like in Braamfontein is really accessible to. So I highly recommend people to go check that out.
And if I can just repeat, the access is so easy.
Yes. The access.
Lots of secure parking.
Yeah.
It's absolutely safe, even though it's in Braamfontein. It's actually really quiet around there. It's wonderful. It is. I was blown away when I went to see it, I have to say.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely place, and there's like really nice vantage points. We can have a look at the city in various. I always thought that was cool. And for example, like the women's prison, the women's jail, there's a lot of events, a lot of cool events that go on there. So, and I would highly recommend everybody to go and walk around there, check out the history, check out the art. and everything. And Danny, thank you very much, my brother. This was great.
Thank you.
I give you all. We will be punting this thing. I
Please.
will publish this episode. I'll tell you next week Friday, and I will be pushing it on my platform. And many thanks, man. Thanks for the time. Thanks for being patient as well. And all the best
Sure.
on the 18th.
Same to you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, my brother. Take care, man. Cheers. Bye bye.
Yeah.